Hello, Hornets. It's good to see you guys. I'm glad that you all are here because with the help of all you clever detectives out there, I believe we have solved the mystery. I've asked Wadsworth to come here and I'm ready to announce the solution to the mystery of what you saw that night that gave you such concern.
Well, very well then. Please, do go on.
Yes, as you know, I'm a master detective. And not only have I solved your riddles, but I've also interrogated all your suspects and have pieced together every last clue in detail to come to this conclusion. So, on the night in question, Colonel Mustard arrived at the school intent to help with an unknown type of project. Upon finding no one here and becoming quite hungry, Colonel Mustard decided to have a snack of sausages and other cured meats he had brought with him. Colonel Mustard set the meat down on a plate, then left to retrieve a small pot, or some might call a teapot, of French mustard stored within his room. At that very instant, Yvette, the minute maid, saw the assorted meats left within the lobby and cleared and cleaned the room without ever being seen, since she is a very fast maid. Mrs. Peacock then entered, smelling the sweet smoke of the cured meat still lingering in the air. Colonel Mustard was returning, but soon realized that the teapot was empty, having forgotten he had finished the mustard earlier that week, and let out a scream of hunger and disappointment. Mrs. Peacock fled, and Colonel Mustard threw the teapot in frustration, ran down the hall, and left the parking lot looking quite annoyed. A most concerning scene, if ever there has been one. No wonder you wanted to report it, Wadsworth.
Wow. Wow. I mean, just wow. I must say that is an incredible job.
I know. Thank you.
I mean, incredible. As in, unbelievable. How could you get it so wrong? That's not even close to the correct solution. What detective training do you have again?
It's not correct? I thought I had it all down. Where could I have gone wrong? If that's not the solution, then I'm afraid I must insist that you tell us right now. Right now, no more puzzles or clues.
All right, fine. This has all become quite exhausting. And I suppose the butler's code is more of a guideline anyway. I will tell you.
Yes, please. Go ahead then.
Well, here is the real solution. On the night in question, I began to buddle a bit earlier than normal. I do this sometimes. I call it a biddy buddle.
A beady buddle?
Yes, a biddy buddle. Anyhow, as I looked into the office, I noticed Professor Plum standing over a cauldron, laughing and muttering, "Oh, what a surprise I have for this school! Yes, they're all going to get it now! All of them! Well, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. After all, Professor Plum is normally plumb delightful. But I wasn't the only witness. At that very moment, I saw Mrs. White enter, take one look at the scene, and she let out an ear-piercing scream, and she took off at a run down the hallway. Well, I had seen quite enough, and I ended my evening's bitty buttle right then. I decided to return the next day and alert you, fulfilling my duty as the butler to protect and serve this school.
Unbelievable, Wadsworth. Professor Plum standing over a cauldron and saying the whole school is in for it? That story is amazing and unnerving. I must thank you for your service to this school. Let's get Professor Plum in here and get to the bottom of this.
Right away.
Oh, hello, Mr. Estes. You called?
Yes, Professor Plum. Have you heard what Wadsworth just reported to me about you standing over a cauldron in your office cackling? What do you have to say for yourself?
Sure. Well, Wadsworth essentially has everything correct.
Aha! So you admit it.
Well, Yes, though I would say it was more of a very large pot than a cauldron. You see, I've been planning a special project to make baked treats for all the students and staff. I was using the big pot to get the recipe just right.
Okay. You were standing over a big pot testing your batter for treats that you want to hand out to everyone? That sounds plumb delightful. But what was it Wadsworth told us you were muttering? Oh, what a surprise.
Oh, what a surprise, exactly, I have in store for this school. Yes, they're all going to get it now. All of them. Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly.
I suppose that does make sense. And check out if you are making a treat for everyone. Plus, we've had all those extra treats I've been handing out to winners this week. Those must have been your practice batches. But what about Miss White? What did she see that caused such a fright, sending her screaming and running?
Bless her. I had spilled a little of the batter from the pot onto the ground. I was stirring a little too hard, so Miss White saw the mess, and you know how she is. She's very serious about cleanliness. So she screamed. She went running down the hall to get some cleaning spray, something. I suppose Mrs. Peacock must have heard the scream and then left before seeing the rest of what had actually happened.
Okay, I guess. But what about Colonel Mustard leaving annoyed?
Oh, okay, I believe that was from me setting the treat on his desk. I was trying to do a nice thing, but I didn't know that he was cutting back on sugar. And I believe the gesture may have caused him to leave looking kind of annoyed.
Well, that does wrap up the solution into a nice little bow, I guess. This whole thing was just about you trying to make some treats for the school. Go on now. Go get ready to pass the treats out to everyone. Good day.
Good day to you too, Mr. Estes.
All right, everyone. I want to thank everyone who helped out this week. I hope you had fun and enjoyed our little shows. I know I had a lot of fun. It's great to be able to share our school with all of you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening. And that's the end.